Hey guys, welcome back to another video. Today I'm going to be building an RC boat. I've never done this before, but I'm going to 3D print mine, and I'm actually going to race it with my grandpa. He's also building one, and we'll see kind of what happens. I'm hoping I'm faster, obviously, but I'm not sure at this point. I still haven't planned like anything out. We have like a little less than a month right now until the date that we selected to race them. So right now I'm currently just designing the boat and making sure that it's going to be functional. I just found a design on Thingiverse, and I'm hoping that's what I want. I'm not quite sure. So here's what I found on Thingiverse. Like I said, I'm not sure if it's exactly what I want, but I'm hoping that it is. So I'm gonna print that, and I can modify it, obviously, and fine tune it to be what I want it to be, but I'm hoping that that is what I need. There's a lot of other ones on Thingiverse that look to be better, in my opinion, but the issue with those is that they are too big for the size and length that my grandpa and I chose. So I'm going to be sticking with this specific model for now, and we'll see how it goes. I have a bunch of parts from Amazon that I ordered about a few weeks ago that I probably should return because I don't know if I'll need them, but I ordered them just in case around Prime Day. So I have them, but I'm afraid those are going to be outside my return window. So we'll see what happens with that. I just started printing one of the hulls because I'm doing a catamaran, and it's going to have obviously two hulls. So I just started printing the first one. It's going to take 3 hours and 25 minutes on my Elegoo Neptune 4 Pro. So then I'll start the next one, and I'll just keep these things printing. I'm using orange filament right now. I got some gray stuff recently that I'm probably going to switch to, but I feel like orange for the holes are going to be kind of fun. And then I'll just switch to gray for the rest of the boat. So the biggest part of this competition is going to be the speed of the boat, but I feel like agility is also going to be something that is needed. I've had a few people design some courses across a pond nearby that we can use that we'll have to drive the boat through. So if I can get good at doing those tight turns with the boat, that'll give me an advantage over my grandpa. So we'll see how that goes. So I'm just going to design my boat with that in mind, that I want to be able to make somewhat tight turns and that kind of thing. Some of these boats here on Thingiverse were like, they were hauling it. They were going pretty quick. So I'd love to get to that speed, but those are also much larger boats. Those are 18-inch boats. Sorry, those are 36-inch boats. And I'm only making obviously an 18-inch boat. So we'll see how that goes. Like I said, in this video, I'm probably not going to get to the racing part. That will be in a separate video. This is going to be the designing and printing of the boat and ordering all of the parts that I need. How's it going? Welcome to day 2 of the project. Here is the current progress of half of the boat. As you can see, we have the back and the front, I guess, I don't even know what you call these, but front and back sections of the boat here. And it'll go like this. And then we also have the whole other side. So the boat will be like this with a platform in between. It's coming together. It's pretty cool. Those are obviously done in orange. The next parts are going to be gray. I just started the print for those. That one's going to take approximately 4 hours. Most of these individual pieces have taken about 3 hours just because of the curving and that kind of stuff. It takes a little bit of extra time. But the other one, the other print I just started is about 4 hours. It's going to do the rods that connect them, as well as the actual piece that will go in between the two sections of the boat. Not the deck, but like the actual piece that connects them. That's kind of how this design was split up. So I'll be honest, I have absolutely zero idea where I left off in the last clip of this video, but what I do know is that the motors are now working. If you take a look here over on the overhead camera, you'll see that I've got crap ton of stuff wired up, to say the least. Basically, we've got the boat here. I've got the glue that I got from the hobby store. I glued the two sections of the boat together. As you can see, the glue job is less than less than satisfactory, but the point is I've got that down, so that's pretty good. We're making progress. It is now August 4th, Sunday, August 4th. I have approximately 6 days to the boat race. I'm going to have to reschedule because, not just because I don't have this done, but because I have a few things coming up in the upcoming Saturdays. But so the current struggles I'm running into at the moment are, first of all, this stupid motor mount I got from Amazon. There's something with it, like there's this like orange bead that's supposed to go on it somewhere, and if I push that back, you're supposed to push it back to like 2 millimeters before the start of the thicker rod, and I think the purpose of the thicker rod is to go, I guess, on the actual boat, like, or on the small rod like this. It'll slide on, that's what goes through the boat. So the hole that I drilled on the boat is for the big rod, and that's what I'm going to weather seal and that kind of stuff to prevent moisture and water from getting in. So I guess I have to figure out how I'm going to get this gasket on to stop that thing from going back farther in, and I guess allow for this center rod to rotate, because it's extremely important that the center rod rotates, obviously, so the propeller rotates. That's kind of the progress update for right now. At the moment, I'm going to continue working on this project, obviously, until it's done. I want to get this done because it'd be pretty sweet. But yeah, the other thing that I was, I guess, surprised about, but not surprised about in a good way, because is the battery wiring, I guess, for this. So I got this motor controller here from Amazon. Everything's from Amazon, but I got this motor controller here, and that's what controls the actual motors. You have the wireless receiver that actually takes the wireless signal from your remote control that I also bought, takes the signal from that, receives it here, outputs it over just the pins here to your different devices that you have, your different channels. This is a 6-channel receiver, and that's cool, except the issue is that the power from this, I guess, is not sufficient for the actual motor, so I have to inject power, kind of like I do with LED strips, but I'm injecting it here into the controller once more with this separate connection here, and I need to find some kind of adapter from this JST standard, like this, to a smaller standard, I guess. So what I've had to do for all these tests is I will essentially just hold these pins on here, like so, and ensure both of them touch the metal contact, and then I'll take this and move the motor, as you could hear there. Obviously not a permanent solution, but for right now, it's working. So a win's a win in my opinion. So now I just got to keep working on this. I soldered the pins that this motor came with to the back of the motor. I'm not sure exactly why they didn't come pre-soldered. I don't know if people do it differently sometimes, or if they use longer wires, or what the case is with that, but I just know I did that. Lastly, the other concern is I don't know how to charge these batteries. I bought 2 of them, thankfully, but these are just like random batteries from Amazon, so I gotta find out how I can charge these things. It's a 7.4 volt battery, so I could use an 8 volt charger, but I don't have any. I could step down from my 12 volt power supplies that I have for my LEDs. Also not sure if I'm allowed to do that. Batteries are kind of weird with how you charge them. You have to charge them like correctly. I don't want to mess those up, so I don't know. It's a big learning curve. I'm learning a lot, and I'm glad I'm doing this project, but right now, still a little stressed trying to get this done. I'm going to get back to working. That's this update for right now. What's up, everybody? It is now Monday, August 5th at 3 p.m. Not sure why that matters. I just said it anyway. So today, we are basically going to be... Oh, no. Alright, cool. Never mind. Alright, so today, basically, I'm just giving you a little update on a few things and asking for some help. I think what I'm going to do is wrap up this video about here, hopefully get some feedback in the comment section, that way I can improve my design and stuff and make it ready for the actual race. I'm going to do it near the end of August, so hopefully if you want to provide some feedback, if you know what you're talking about, feel free to leave a comment down below. I'm going to show you my latest update right here. We'll take it from there. So right now, I just took off the motor assembly thing from the boat. I used the glue that I got from the hobby store, and I glued it on there, but as you can see on this camera right here, that glue sticks. And it's great that it does, but it's very difficult to get out, so I kind of should have not used as much glue to begin with, but that's how you learn. What I'm going to probably do is move the motor up to about here in the boat. It was probably, I think it was like right back here. It was sitting farther back than it was or is going to be now. I think by moving it up, what it's going to get me is the propeller to stick out a little bit farther, but in addition to that, it'll also give me room. I don't know where the heck the battery went. As I was saying, it'll also give me room to put the battery all the way inside the boat and not have to worry about weird little spots that the battery is hanging out the top and preventing the lid from going on. If I grab the lid right here, you'll see it just like sits on the top like this, and previously it did not want to sit all the way down, but I feel like if I move it up enough, I might have to shave a little plastic off still on the actual boat, but if I move it up enough, I should be able to get the boat lid kind of right in here so it stays, it doesn't come off mid-race. I don't know if I mentioned it previously, but I also have to modify the design to allow for cables to go in between either side of the boat, because I don't want the controller and stuff to sit on one side and imbalance the boat, so I'm going to kind of split that stuff up. Also, one thing I just thought of is by moving the battery closer to the center, that'll keep the center of gravity towards the center, which I guess is good and bad, but at the same time I don't want all the weight in the front so it sinks down. I want the weight kind of towards the back. That way the motors can then do their job and push and propel the boat forward. So lots of things that I would have never considered I have to think about now, so it's kind of a good engineering task for me to learn a few things about this kind of stuff. So that's kind of where I'm at right now. I'm going to move this motor up a little bit. If you have any comments, questions, concerns, any of the above, please leave a message down below in the comment section. It will greatly help me out. Even if I'm doing something correct and you want to tell me it's correct so I don't change it, that's great. If you have any feedback on things I did wrong, please also tell me. I gotta win this race, so I gotta do what I gotta do to get it done. So I appreciate you watching this video. It's kind of sporadic, I apologize for that, but hopefully you understand what I'm doing, what I'm up to. Hopefully we can get this boat figured out. It'll be pretty sweet if I can do that. So thanks for watching, guys. Have a great day. I will see you in the next video.